Hello everyone and welcome to our I Pick My Butt video, more Survivor.io, and we got a lot of stuff added today inside the game, and the big one that I'm really enjoying is this spring stage right here, but we're going to go over it all. I just want to go through a couple of things on this spring stage itself because it can be a little bit confusing at first if you haven't tried it yet, and you may not know some of the things inside. Now you see we can get these firecrackers, which are going to be kind of like the mines that get put around on the screen, and I'm almost thinking to myself that I'm going to try the next run of trying not to upgrade these things. So in other words, trying to collect as little biofuel as we can. But you can see the whole neon beast here. The second he runs into one of these mines or firecrackers, we want to call it, he's going to drop one of those little present things. So all you have to do is run over to the present and you'll activate it, something will pop out of it, and then you can run over it and pick it up. Now my thought process is if we go and do less damage to him, he's going to last a little bit longer, drop more presents inside the game. Now, you can kill him 3 times before the game is all over with it, so make sure you're staying alive on it. And if he does start chasing you, make sure you make him run into actually one of these firecrackers. I'm calling him, could be a she, could be a they or them, whatever you want to call him. But it's a little bit of a good thing to know that, hey, if you're getting in trouble, just lead him right into one of these firecrackers. Now, when I finally killed him the 3rd time, there was still a present left on the screen. It did not get sucked up, so you really want to make sure you're collecting these things. Don't just think they're all going to be given to you at the end, so just keep that in mind. I was kind of surprised on it, but I did want to test it out and just kind of see. You'll see it right here as he dies. There's the one down the bottom there, and bam, it's still going to hang out right there. And knowing that, I probably had enough time to run down to it, but like I said, I wanted to actually test that and see. You'll notice you collected a lot of stuff, but you didn't actually get the gems that were promised, and you need to go over to My Bag, you know, the thing that looks like a backpack, and then we can go and cash them in here, and we get a decent amount of gems from this, which is really making me love this event. For Ender's Echo, we finally got the ranking portion of it, and thank God they didn't take the chest away from the bottom. I just really hope that lasts more than 41 days. Now, if you haven't seen any of my Ender Echo videos, I will recommend to you right now, go in with a DPS style weapon like the kunai. Make sure you have the Eternal Necklace equipped, the Eternal Suit, and I also like to go Army Gloves for additional damage to the bosses. At the 1 minute mark, I like to take damage from the bosses when he actually starts hitting you and hurting you. Up to that point, he can just run into you and it doesn't do any damage until 1 minute. But you want to die on it if you have the Eternal Suit upgraded enough, because then you will gain the 15% attack, which will definitely help out even more. Now, I try to focus on things like the lightning emitter and also the drones, and I will grab the magnet too if I can, if I don't see any other good abilities. But attack, the HE bullet, another great one to get to if you want to stack those big numbers. I think we hit for like 6,300 or 6,600 mil, whatever you want to call it. So we did some decent numbers on it. And you can see on the left-hand side of the screen there, we're ranked number 2. That top player has to be sitting at like 35k for attack damage. That's really how you hit those big numbers. Now, after the first 7 days, or call it one of the boss rounds there, you will be getting the rewards as you see here. Now, if you are in the top 30, you will move up. If you're already in the Novice League starting off, you will move up to the Elite. And if you're in the Elite, you'll be moving up to the Ace. It sounds like the Ace is going to be the highest one. Now, if you don't make the top 80, you will be demoted down to the next rank, which I don't think there's anything lower than Novice, but just keep that in mind. Try to stay in the top 80 if you want to hang out where you are. So we also got Season 2 of the Battle Pass or Survivor Pass, and I gotta say, there's nothing really exciting in here that piques my interest, although we can get a frame, we can get some outfits, you can pretty much get everything here. Now, what I do fear is, I know they love doing it in Archero, that the actual outfits and stuff will give you buffs and perks for having them on. And even though we don't have them yet, I fear that they're gonna add it eventually to entice people to buy more of these actual cosmetics, and we will see some of these stats pop up, which if you don't have them now and you don't get them, well, it's going to be a long time before you might see that option again, because there's a lot of things in Archero that I never got that were exclusive and they never showed up again. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but I wouldn't put it past them, because it's an easy way to make money to say, hey, you want an extra 100 attack? Buy this piece of gear. We also have the spring discount, which is the floating present on the screen. Don't forget to go over there and watch the ad. But that last one there, that looks very tempting there for $50 to get an S grade of your choice. I really want to get the gloves. I want to wait for the banner for it, but it is tempting to know that we can get it from there along with 60 keys. 10,000 essence, and then obviously 6,500 gems. But $50 is a lot of money. I don't think I'm going to get the battle pass on it, but once again, I don't know how I feel one day versus the other. But keep in mind, this is it for the events for the month. There was nothing else listed in the actual patch notes for it. There was nothing later like a login event, so this is what we're getting out of it. Now, we also got the bunny, which a lot of people had told me that's the bunny for the Lunar New Year for this year, apparently. So I don't know if you guys like getting the piggy bank type things. I stay away from these. I don't think they're a good deal, but we do have the option to get those once they are filled up. We also have the Spin to Win spring event going on. As you can see here, we can collect a bunch of things. Now, as far as for the chest itself, it started off at 2, it went to 4, then I needed to collect 8, then I needed to collect 12, and then it was 20. I was just buying 80 chests at a time, or 80 gem chests at the time, but I don't think this is really anything good. From Archero's experiences, these wheels have never been a good result for me. I've always felt like they were more of a scam, kind of you never got really what you want out of it. I actually like the last event a lot better, but you can see there the actual catnip springware is going to be a 12.25% chance, meaning that we probably got to spin this thing 100 times before we might see it. You might get lucky though and grab it ahead of time, but I didn't have any luck for spinning it maybe like 10-15 times for what I had. I myself though am looking forward to the whole Ender's Echo and this whole Nyan dragon type thing. I think those are pretty cool, but everything else that was kind of introduced, I'm kind of just blah, you know, it's nothing that really wows me. So it is great that we got a bunch of stuff at once. I just wish things would have been a little bit better, where we could have seen some more S-grade stuff that we could have gotten out of it, versus trying to have to spend 2,800 something or 28,000 gems in order to get just a single piece of equipment. And before I forget, you can go and actually click the buy button down there to grab more of these tokens to spend. They are 200 gems a piece, but personally, I'd say stay away from them. But really curious to know what you guys think of all these things that came in here, what you like, what you don't like, what you think is a scam. Let me know in the comments below. Join the Discord. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, I pick my butt.